traditional marketing tools, as I just mentioned, search engine marketing, in particular paper search through sponsored links and search results display ads. Very important, very keyword based, very bid on the keyword to get placed or to purchase a sponsored link to get placed on the Google SERP, search engine results page. These are also keyword driven. So when consumers put in keywords or keyword phrases into Google, these will be displayed as sponsored links or search engine result display ads at the right-hand side of the Google results page. Keywords, again, very important. As I mentioned in the earlier lesson on platforms, on e-commerce platforms, the site search engine is a great tool to gain knowledge about the types of keywords that consumers are using when they come to your e-commerce site. So you begin to bucket that and collect those keywords that they are most frequently searching on and then most frequently converting on to buy products. So as you get this knowledge through your research and constantly be researching this and grabbing that information, you can roll that back in multiple ways. You can roll that back in to buy keywords that are similar or phrases to drive more display ads, to keep your ads up on page 1 or page 2 of the Google search engine results pages, or drive your sponsored links. Then also use those keywords to populate your metadata on your product pages and your e-commerce copy pages, your content pages for search engine optimization. So a great way that I get very excited about in using keyword technology. Other areas of expanding display ad marketing is using advertising networks, ad exchanges, and obviously bidding on terms that are popular. Let's say you've got a big event coming up or daily deals coming up, you might want to bid on certain terms to make sure that your ads come up top, not only on the search engines, but on other sites and other networks. So, speaking of these other networks, the Google, one of the top advertising networks for Google is the DoubleClick and how that works. So on the bottom, the consumer is requesting a web page from an ad network member's site. It pops up into the merchant. The merchant then connects with the DoubleClick ad server, who finds information about you and begins to track you via cookies. It will then follow you across a number of sites that are in their network, their advertising network. So it can actually follow you as you go from site to site. So let's say you come onto Amazon and then you go to REI and then you go to Dick's Sporting Goods. It can follow you as you're looking to purchase running shoes and go from space to space and continue to put the Nike or the Puma running shoes or the Adidas running shoes to you as you go from site to site. It then tracks all of that and follows it back to the consumer. Okay, so traditional, this kind of is interesting to me. It's almost like, traditional or old school online marketing tools, but very, very effective. Email marketing, which I label the original social media marketing. While it's relatively inexpensive and on a cost per delivery, there are some great enterprise level tools such as ExactTarget or Bronto and others. They're not cheap to run, but on a per mail point of view, tenths of a penny, yes, but there are investments in that. Pretty good click-through rates for targeted campaigns, but that also at 3% shows you that you got to take a broad brush to get those campaigns out there to get 3%, and that's deemed a good level. Obviously, some are higher, some are lower. Got to be very, very cognizant of permission marketing and opt-in, opt-out capabilities for email. It's very much of a legal compliance. As I mentioned in the discussion of governing bodies, ICANN, I-C-A-N-N, is very much involved with the ICANN spam compliance and making sure that consumers and users have given you permission for you to send them emails and marketing campaign advertising. They have to opt into that. If not, you could be liable. And I've seen companies that have had to pay fines because of that. So other areas, affiliate marketing, selling your products by advertising on other sites and sharing that revenue with that other site, that third-party site. Lead generation and sponsorship marketing, getting sponsors to actually sponsor advertising on, let's say, your content site. A big brand like Coca-Cola might take over the page that's for teens and millenniums and might have that whole category wrapped up and advertised on your content site for, let's say, video or music. So those are ways. So again, ramping up on the social side of online marketing. These are highly experimental today, but as you can imagine, especially with the millenniums and the digital natives, very, very much their presence is on social media networks and social sites. So a variety of features help drive this group growth. Single sign-on, using as an e-commerce provider, using Facebook Connect to allow it to sign on to your site and have their profile populated into your account management system is one way. To collaboratively shop and share information about goods on your e-commerce site with their friends in their network, notifying their network of purchases, and then also recommending and reading recommendations on other social sites by searching to see who's bought products that they might or are thinking about buying on your site. All of these come together and have high possibilities for e-commerce. Okay, so Twitter marketing, a variety of ways to use that through promoted aspects of tweets, trends, and accounts. Blogging, very, very interesting in terms of getting the word out. Propensity to go viral, which is interesting. It's not guaranteed, but a good area to investigate and experiment with trying to get the word out in a very scalable way, both in branding and advertising. There are now blog advertising networks which could expand your reach beyond known blogs which are obvious. So bloggers on running shoes are an obvious one, but maybe that blogger that's an athletic type blogger or athletic equipment blogger for running shoes might be tied into other like-minded athletics and family lifestyle through their advertising network that you can leverage and really scale out your message. And then the classic brand ambassador and using blogs and bloggers. At Real Savvy Media, we used a number of bloggers that wrote about on their blogs about child rearing, family health and wellness, nutrition, that were advocates on these concepts, and then advertisers, Johnson & Johnson, General Mills, Nestle's, would buy advertising around that. And by their very nature, they become advocates and brand awareness message communicators. So viral marketing, touched on that a little bit. The whole concept of passing information and the marketing message between friends, family, coworkers. Very, very low cost tools that enable this are email, social networks, video and game sites. Again, not a quick hit kind of thing. A bit highly experimental, but when it works, it can work phenomenally. Mobile marketing, 7% of online marketing today, but growing rapidly. Everyone's carrying their phones. Smartphones are more pervasive. And as simple as text messaging, which typically get read within, 80-90% of them get read within, instantaneously. So a great way to get quick messages. Then the whole expansion into display advertising, using mobile for search, using mobile for video is becoming more and more pervasive. But some of these other ones I really, really like, especially for retail commerce, through print, through signs at stores, through signs in transit locations, on posters, quick response codes, QR codes are used, and they're real interesting. I have a QR code on my business card. So as you click onto this, you could be taken to a web page, a video, a product page, and either make a decision or even go to a shopping basket and buy. Very, very interesting for mobile commerce and remote shopping, as well as in-store finding out information about a product in more details. The whole idea of using QR codes and couponing to have your 10% off as you're walking down the aisle before you go to the point of sale checkout. App marketing. There's a variety of revenue sources through mobile apps. Right away by paying for the app through your Apple Store or through the Android Store. So you're making money on your 99-cent app or your 1.99 app. Within the app, to make a purchase, I believe I mentioned a venue marketing application that I'm working with a company on. So they're at a concession. They're at a venue. They're at a sports venue. They now have a concession app, so you don't have to walk up to the concession. You can actually order from your seat. So you open up, you see a menu, you buy your hot dog and your Coca-Cola, or you buy your baseball cap, and you locate your seat, section 3, row 2, seat 7. You make your purchase order, and you ship that off, and then within 20 minutes, your hot dog and Coca-Cola and your baseball cap appear. Very, very interesting in-app type purchase. Other in-app models, advertising, subscription. Obviously, the most popular apps are the free downloads, and many of them are for social media, and majority of social network interactions happening on mobile. But banking is becoming more and more popular with people on the go, transferring money, looking up balances, looking at alerts, reminding of bill payment, obviously searching for products and getting news, huge apps. And then retailers coming out with specific apps, your Target app, your Burger King app, for browsing, for Burger King, for actually have it set up in your Starbucks app. You can actually use a digital wallet. So you've prepaid into your app for Burger King or Starbucks, and then you ready to purchase your latte with your croissant. You use the UPC code on your phone and make the purchase right there at the point of sale line. Local marketing is huge. So localization and driving down, location-based marketing, local geographic areas make up 20% of all searches, but 40% of all mobile searches. So people on the go are looking for stuff nearby, and their GPS functions on applications and their phones or applications such as Foursquare will help them find frequently visited places or places that are recommended to them based on places they visited before. And if you were on these lists through things like Google Local and Foursquare, your in-store business, your restaurant, your retail outlet could be found and could generate an impromptu visit by mobile consumers. Common local marketing tools, geo-targeting with Google Maps. Great thing of mashups that we did at Bye Bye Baby. We would mash up the directions and location on Google Maps of each of our stores, and then tie that to the searching that's going on the mobile and as well as the home searching that consumers are doing to show them not only how they can get to the nearest location to actually do in-store shopping. Obviously, targeting display ads with hyper-local publications and content media sites is important too. So, omni-channel marketing, multi-channel marketing, it's huge. Americans spending 24% of their media time on the internet. So another 76% on other channels, such as movies and television non-internet, television, radio, magazines. But many consumers are users of both, so don't think that they're just one or the other. I might be using Facebook today and e-commerce on my laptop today, and later on in the day I'm mobile. I'm doing Twitter, and I'm looking up a restaurant on Google Maps through my mobile device. Users also tend to multitask, so they might be watching the NBA Finals, but they're also watching the Twitter messages, or they might have Cablevision, HBO to go on, and maybe they're watching The Sopranos while they're watching the NBA Finals. So think about how cross-linking of advertising might work through a Twitter feed that could then drive them to a website on their laptop, and the Twitter feed might be commenting on the NBA Finals. So all of these come together. They're just strengthening each other in their campaigns. Very grassroots, very interactive and live of the moment. So classic online marketing strategies: leveraging your brand, customer retention, driving one-to-one marketing. Okay, you, Mr. Joe consumer or Sally consumer, what's of interest to you? You're looking for a blue shirt. Okay, now we want to sell you blue pants. That's something that's you, very specific to you. Or how about customized production, configuring a solution for you, be it a laptop based on what you need for maybe more mobile usage, like a MacBook Air, or heavy number crunching, like a Dell souped up device for running Adobe CS5. Or how about customer co-production, configuring your end product? Domino's, configuring your pizza before it's delivered, adding your toppings, mixing and matching your pastas. Other areas: consumer service, obviously, live interactive chats with customer reps, frequently asked questions that constantly get updated and provide valuable information that customers can use to have self-service, and automated responses. But key, real-time live consumer chat with live associates is also very important within this world of self-service. Okay, so the whole continuum of mass market personalization, at the top, just broadcast, mass media, one product, one price. That's the old era of 1960s Mad Men. Everyone likes, one type of food or ice cream. Down at the bottom, very, very personalized. Let's say your specific flavor of pizza, as I mentioned on Domino's, very unique pricing. Let's say you only want half a pizza, and you want a specific price. You don't want to pay $10, you want $5 because it's just you sitting at home. Or you want 3 pizzas for $10 because you got a bunch of your friends over watching the NBA Finals. So very, very personalized to you as an individual consumer, or maybe the group of people that are sharing that social TV experience with you.